evolved in my lifetime. And I'm very happy that I've seen the day which I never thought is possible. I'm thankful to Rajan and our foundation here, Nespi, to bring this solar thermal concentrator back onto the main field, because actually it was dying because the cost of PV had gone down so much that people thought that now CSP is gone. But luckily, so we will see that I'm also a partner with EIL, so we have the EIL logo with them. Next please. Shall we do it? Okay, yeah. So basically, I got into solar concentrator more out of chance than my plan, because when we came back from Germany, we realized that 50% of the Indian population, and not only Indian, but the world population, cooks on open fire. And the existing solar box cooker technology was only able to boil things, could not cook quickly, and was very slow. So we brought a technology of solar concentrator from a friend who was working with me. And you just reflect the light onto a parabolic dish, and you have a temperature of 250, and you can cook. But the challenge was that people who could afford it did not want it, and people who wanted it could not afford it. And then a lady probably said, "You know what, Deepak, you're a typical man. You all sit in the comforts of your air-conditioned office and you push the woman into the sun. Can you not bring a technology that the sun comes in the kitchen?" Next. So again through Dr. Seifert, can you get the next slide? Okay, yeah, I can do it myself. So then I again through Dr. Seifert, who was my friend, I met Mr. Wolfgang Scheffler, and then he brought a technology where you can put a parabolic dish outside, you can reflect the light in the kitchen, and you can cook in the comfort of the kitchen. And here you can see now, very quickly we realize that it's not good for domestic cooking, because the moment you want to do that, you have to have a tracking system, and that adds to the cost. And also the cost was becoming more expensive even for the rich who did not want to spend so much money. So we shifted from domestic cooking to community cooking. And here you can see the system which is installed with 2 parabolic dishes cooking for 200 children in a midday meal program. And then you can see the solar flame there, which is reflected on the cooking vessel, so you can cook in the comfort of the kitchen. And you could actually control the temperature by actually just a flap which opens and closes, and just because of that, just like gas, you can control the light that comes in, and so you can do on, off, high flame, low flame. Next. Okay, I can do this. Now then the challenge we faced was, but we couldn't cook during the day, but what about cooking at night, what about cooking early morning? So we were perhaps the first in India with Professor Scheffler to do a solar thermal storage, and we started heating the metal block to 550 degrees centigrade, keep it insulated and cook at night. This was installed in the Institute of Barley in Indore in 2002. And then one day we received an inquiry saying, look, we want to cook for 1,200 people. It was Brahma Kumari. And they did not want to go for these 12 dishes which would be needed, where they would be having 12 cooking vessels and all. And that forced us to think differently, and this is how we developed the world's first solar steam cooking system, where we installed the parabolic dishes on the terrace, reflected light onto a heat exchanger which is nothing but a tank of water. Because of high flame, the water starts boiling and gets accumulated as a steam in the header, and then the steam is piped to the kitchen. And then either you can directly inject the steam into the cooking vessel, or you have a jacketed vessel through which your steam circles outside. And this is the world's first solar steam cooking system, was developed by us, along with Brahma Kumari and Wolfgang Scheffler and his team at Brahma Kumari. And then we never had to look back. Our company went on to become the world's biggest company. This is the world's largest cooking system we did. After that, this is a system at Tirupati temple that cooks 30,000 meals. Then we broke our own record. This is the world's largest cooking system now, which cooks 50,000 meals per day at Shirdi temple, working since 2009, inaugurated by Farooq Abdullah. And this said, can we not expand the market, because previously it was all temples. So this is the one system installed at IBM in Bangalore, who wanted to go green, decarbonize. This is to show that the solar system has nothing to do with ambient temperature. This is working in minus 20 degrees. This is the world's highest solar cooking system for the Indian Army. And the biggest advantage what we saw was that besides decarbonizing and saving money for the Army, you could also save the health. You can see the kitchen on the left, right hand side. Above is the kitchen before the solar system was installed. No wonder 3.2 million women and children die because of smoke in the kitchen. In the same kitchen, you can see how clean and quick it becomes once it is solar. Then we realized that, okay, it's a metal storage is very expensive, can we not go for thermic fluid system? So we developed a honeycomb receiver, and then we started circulating thermic fluid instead of producing steam. And now because of producing thermic fluid, you can go at high temperature, and you can see we have a tawa where you can also fry, you can make chapatis. So basically it just kept on evolving based on the feedback we got. And the whole technology was developed in Germany by Wolfgang Scheffler, the dish, but everything else was done in India, and is 100% made in India, even the mirrors. And we did many projects, we did more than 60 projects. And also we worked on various applications. We started on food processing, we started making bakeries, we started incineration, we did desalination, we did wastewater evaporation, we did sludge drying. And we could have gone and become bigger and bigger, But then the challenge we faced was that this technology requires a lot of space because, and unfortunately, all the clients who want to install the system, they don't have space because this system was designed for stationary focus, and because of that, it had inbuilt efficiency loss, and also it requires spaces because there were multiple dishes. So we actually then started expanding the dishes because we knew that larger the size, better the efficiency, lesser the footprint. So this is a 50 square meter dish for solar crematorium. This is the world's first and only dish which can burn dead bodies. We have burnt animals on it, not like the bodies. We are still trying to make it hybrid. And then from heating, suddenly we moved into cooling applications because the cancer hospital where I'm living, they told me, you know what, Deepak, you're giving me heat when it's heating, can you not give me cooling? And normally I said, yeah, but with heat you can do heat. And they showed me that they were doing a Thermex well chiller where they were producing steam in a wood-fired boiler. So for me it was very easy that this I just had to replace the boiler steam with my solar steam, which I was already doing with Tirupati and Shirdi. So this is how India's first solar air conditioning plant came up in 2005, where we replaced the boiler with 100 Scheffler dishes, and then the steam went to a double effect RAM chiller, lithium bromide chiller, and then we sent the chilled water to a 160 bed hospital. It's a 100-ton air conditioning system, worked from 2004 to 2018. But then the challenge we started, as I said, facing was the availability of space. We could really demonstrate that as this technology is there, it works, there's a big market. But the challenge, as you see in Muniseva Ashram, where we had installed, we required 2,500 square meter of land. Being in a village, they could afford it, but in any industry or any complex, they would not have the space. So now we tied up with Sunrise CSP. I'm the chairman of Sunrise CSP, where we wrote a technology where one dish of 25 meter dia, basis 500 square meter, can replace 100 dishes of 12.5 square meter. That means it's double in efficiency, requires 1/3 the footprint. So this is, I think, the breakthrough we were looking for. Can we have a technology which is less footprint, double in efficiency, because of that less mirrors and less cost. But the technology had to be such that it should be made in India. We didn't want to import. So actually we transferred the technology from Australia and the whole system, which is a 25 meter dish, which is a 26.2 ton structure, was done all locally without a single Australian coming to India. And you can see the technology has a unique feature called factory in the field. The whole the parabolic dish can be manufactured at site. You don't have to manufacture everything in factory and take to the site. We have a factory where we take to the site and manufacture everything locally. Even the mirrors, we just buy the 1 millimeter thick mirror because it's not made in India. And then we sandwich it. We are talking with Rio to partner with us, and hopefully we can create big enough market for Rio to come to India. And I'm glad that Rio was open to this idea. So here you see a small time lapse of the whole dish. It is dual axis tracking. And the beauty part is it's having 2000 sun concentration. So even at 7 o'clock in the morning, it starts generating steam. In Scheffler system, we had to wait till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock because there was a dead weight which we had to heat. But now even at 7 o'clock in the morning, because of the high concentration of 2000 sun, the quantity may be less, but we can control the flow of temperature, water, and make sure that we have the same temperature and pressure of the steam. So here you see the time lapse, and it's just unbelievable. For me, it's magical. It's a 7-story building moving in both direction and consuming all the light and producing temperature of 1007 degrees centigrade. And with that, we can open the world. So the plan now is, can we do more than just producing steam? And because we are already done air conditioning, now we are installing 8 more dishes at this cancer hospital. So first stage we have done the dish where we are now producing steam for supply for laundry, sterilization, and cooking and hot water. In next stage we are now installing 8 more dishes and doing 1000 ton air conditioning. So this is going to be 3500 kilowatt cooling with a dish made in India again in Aurora for hospital. And in third stage, we will do tri-generation, where we will install turbine, go for extraction turbine, take the steam out of the turbine and use it for process heating and cooling. And because of that, we can achieve the highest efficiency one can think of. But to grow, we require good partner. And we are very fortunate that EIL did due diligence and found our technology to be the best, and we are now partnering with them. So our core competence is to make dish. And then EIA is going to do all the balance of plant. So we have an exclusive agreement with them where all projects about 30 crore rupees, where EIA will be a partner to do the balance of plant, whether it is air conditioning, whether it is for oil industries, whether it is for producing power. And I think to grow you require a big brother, and we are happy that EIA, and I'm glad that Mr. Sunil Kumar made a presentation where he again showed about us. So this was a great moment where it was a turning point for us and our country, where we have now tied up with EIA. So this was the MOU signing there. And then last week in Goa, EIA had actually displayed a model with 4 dishes doing molten salt storage. So actually now we have already started working on case studies to do economic evaluations. It's 2 minutes. Sir. So the dish is modular, so you can keep on adding number of dishes. This is our global team. So thank you very much. I'm glad to see that at last the day for solar concert has come. And I think sun is a great future. Thank you, President.
Thank you.